going to be on a minutes restriction. But regardless of that, how do you want to see your team approach playing,
greatness of Caitlin Clark, except the damn coach that she has permanently? Let's take a look at what Lynn Roberts had to say about
the mismatch. Yes, it's a mismatch on our end defensively, but that knife cuts both ways, and I don't think we used our that's what I love about
in the last season and a half. They haven't had a lot of time together, complements one another. With Caitlin's ability to shoot and facilitate, and with Kelsey's
point guard spot.
On each possession and to compete at every level. And tonight, it felt good. It felt good emptying the tank.
It is officially a disaster. The Indiana Fever organization is in a state of absolute panic tonight, and the entire WNBA has just been thrown into the biggest crisis in the history of women's basketball. I had to read that back twice, because that's not a real headline. That's a script written to hijack your attention. There is no crisis. There's no disaster. What actually happened is two guys on Twitter speculated about a trade 3 weeks ago, and somebody built an entire fake news video around it.
Be able to do that again, but I certainly think individually they're really, really good, and collectively dynamic together, and I think that they make one another better. It is.
Individually, they're really, really good, but you don't know how to get them to play well together. This is disgusting, man. Lynn Roberts, take it away.
So I'm proud of her. She continues to just get a little bit better and better in stacking days, and that's what it takes to be a rookie.
The breaking reports indicate that Lynn Roberts and the Los Angeles Sparks have just stepped in with a massive, mind-boggling, multi-million-dollar proposition. What breaking reports? Name one. Because I looked, and the actual source for this entire narrative traces back to a Michael Thompson tweet and a Jason Whitlock post from early June, neither of whom has a single credible WNBA source, and Whitlock has said outright he has no interest in the league beyond Clark herself. That's not reporting, that's two guys guessing in public.
To cause problems. But yeah, Indiana's good. I think the thing that, Caitlin helps them with is just they play fast, and I think she helps them play faster. So we've got to be really aware of that. And that's why, our defense on, when did we play? Monday. In the half court wasn't bad. It was our live ball turnovers that just turned into fast break points in 3 seconds. You do that against Indiana, it's going to be 2 points in 2 seconds. So we've got to take care of that.
Now, buried inside all this fabricated drama is a real legitimate point. There genuinely has been tension between Clark and Stephanie White's staff this season, and plenty of real reporting has documented her clashing with White and assistant coach Brianne January. That part isn't invented. But watch how the video immediately pivots from that real tension into made Alyssa Thomas the victim, and a full conspiracy. That's the sleight of hand this entire genre runs on. Real smoke dressed up as confirmed fire.
Yeah. Caitlin, like, look, man, don't even worry about it. You looking good in this purple and gold. I can't wait to join you. I can't wait to join you in LA, girl. I miss you, bestie. I miss you, bestie. Caitlin is ready to get to LA for good. Caitlin is ready to get to LA permanently. Let's take a look at what Lynn Roberts had to say about Kate Money Martin.
The coaching staff began using fake injury reports to manipulate her playing time, benching a completely healthy superstar under the guise of medical management. This is the line that should stop you cold, because that's a serious, specific accusation against real medical staff with zero source behind it. Clark's back injury has been reported by multiple outlets, she's spoken publicly about it herself, and there is no evidence anywhere that it was fabricated. Making up medical conspiracy claims about a real athlete is not hot take content, it's just false.
It comes to fruition, and tonight it felt good. It felt good emptying the tank as well, just ensuring that anybody who was on the court was doing everything possible to make sure that we could win the possession.
Hey, good win, guys. Good win.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Andrea with LA Sparks Weekly. I noticed we almost had a 50-40-90 as a team.
Oh.
Man, that's impressive. How impressive.
And this is the part that actually gets me, because sandwiched in between all the fake breaking news is a real, unedited clip of Clark talking about the harassment and hate she's dealt with. I have emotions, I have feelings. I'm 24 years old trying to navigate a lot. That's a genuine, vulnerable moment from an actual press conference, and it's disrespectful to splice that in as supporting evidence for a trade rumor that has nothing to do with what she was actually talking about.
Break points in 3 seconds. You do that against Indiana, it's going to be 2 points in 2 seconds. So we've got to take care of the ball. And obviously your pickup point begins higher with Caitlin out there. She can shoot it once it crosses half court, and she will. So obviously she's another tremendous player to add to them. And the first time we played them, she played. Last time she didn't. So we've seen both.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She'll shoot it as soon as she cross half court. She'll shoot it as soon as she cross half court. It seemed like everybody around the league.
The Sparks organization smells blood in the water. Sources close to the situation indicate LA is preparing a massive historic financial package and trade offer. Let's just be really clear about why this specific claim can't be true. Clark is locked into a fixed 4-year rookie contract with Indiana through 2027, with a team option. There is no free agency mechanism in the WNBA that lets a team just offer a player under contract a package to leave. This isn't the NBA. The entire premise of this clip is structurally impossible under the league's own rules.
But, it was great to have her physicality out there. And then JP, I thought, was kind of the unsung hero. She created so many second possessions for us, key ones that, just to Nneka's point, just playing really, really hard. And Emma came in and hit a big three that when we were down, we needed it. And, I thought the bench was tremendous. They really gave us a boost.
The commissioner is reportedly demanding immediate answers from the Indiana front office. Reportedly, according to who? This is the tell every single time with these fabricated videos, vague sourcing dressed up in official-sounding language. Reportedly, sources indicate, insiders say, with nothing you can actually check. Real reporting names its sources. This doesn't, because there isn't one.
But, it was great to have her physicality out there. And then JP, I thought, was kind of the unsung hero. She created so many second possessions for us, key ones that, just to Nneka's point, just playing really, really hard. And Emma came in and hit a big three that when we were down, we needed it. And, I thought the bench was tremendous. They really gave us a boost.
Now here's a real stat buried in here that's actually worth talking about. What else does a person have to do if they're averaging 24 points, 6 assists, a 5'8" guard shooting above 50% from the field, and still not lock up an all-star starter spot the way voters expected? That's a legitimate, ongoing conversation about all-star voting this season, and it deserves its own honest breakdown instead of being used as filler for a fake trade story.
Interaction post-game between Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin. Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah. Caitlin like, look, man, don't even worry about it. You looking good in this purple and gold. I can't wait to join you. I can't wait to join you in LA, girl. I miss you, bestie. I miss you, bestie. Caitlin is ready to get to LA.
We all know they rigged the fan voting for Paige Buchers. She jumped 400,000 votes in 3 days. We all know it was scammy. I want to be straight with you here. A big vote swing late in a voting window isn't automatically proof of rigging. That's just what happens when a fan base mobilizes hard in the final days. Is it worth questioning? Sure. We all know it was rigged a factual claim? No. That's speculation dressed up as certainty, same as everything else in this video.
Kate Money Martin.
Yeah.
At this level. But when she is out there, what kind of advantages do you have when she's able to slide up that way?
Yeah, and I mean, desperate times seek desperate measures, right? So we are, we didn't have, other than Emma, we didn't have another, backup big, and, that's what I love.
The era of Caitlin Clark in Indiana is collapsing under the weight of ego, lies, and horrible leadership. That's not a hot take. That's just a made-up ending to a story that hasn't happened. Real tension, real frustration, real coaching questions. All of that exists and is fair game to discuss. A collapsing era, built entirely on anonymous sources and Twitter guesses, is not.
Now, you talk about something that needs to happen. You talk about somebody that actually recognizes and appreciates greatness. I'm good with Lynn Riley. I don't know how great of a coach she is, but damn it, she looked like she wants CC, and she respects the greatness of Caitlin Clark. I'm telling you, the LA Sparks are laying in the ground.
Here's the one thing in this entire video that's actually fully true. The LA Sparks did sign Kate Martin, Clark's former Iowa teammate, to a full standard contract on July 6th, converting her off that developmental deal. That's real, that's confirmed by the team itself, and it's a nice story on its own merits without needing a fake Caitlin Clark angle bolted onto it.
Coach, with Kiana, how has she kind of been able to put herself, in this situation, to ingrain herself in this situation, and what progress have you seen from her?
Yeah, it's hard to come in, and the team's already, the train's already moving.
And then the video closes with, is this a seed being planted for Caitlin Clark to eventually join the Sparks, and a hard subscribe button pitch? And that right there is the whole business model. Take one real unrelated roster move, attach a completely unverified rumor to it, wrap it in urgent breaking news language, and get you to hit subscribe before you fact check any of it. It works because it's designed to work, not because any of it's true.
Caitlin is the one. Yeah, she's like that. The Sparks would love to have Caitlin Clark. We need to get this thing done. Take it away, Coach.
John Davis with the Southern California News Group. Coach, you're going to be playing against Caitlin Clark. It's her first game back. She just told us she's going to be on a minutes restriction. But regardless of that, how do you want to see your team approach playing, their two all-stars and the rest of the team that they're going to have out there?
Yeah, I mean, Indiana's good. They're playing really well right now. They,